Hello, and welcome to episode 30 of the Sunday League Pundits show. 30. That's pretty good, isn't it? You have got no Tin Ribs this week. He's not here to join us. He's got family commitments, so he wasn't able to make it.
And there may be another reason.
Yeah, we'll go into that. We will get into that. 100% we'll get into that. There may be another reason. But we're told family commitments, so we're going to go with it for now.
So my simple Jim Jam Statman for that, we've just finished the Premier League season.
We have.
And bottom of the league and top of the league are a mirror image. Man City have won the same amount of games as Sheffield United have lost. Sheffield United have won the same amount of games that Man City have lost, and they've drawn the same.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Which is like, I think it's 28, 3 and 7.
Wow.
And then obviously
7, 3 and 28.
Yeah.
That's quite cool, actually. I didn't know.
3, 7, 28. Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting that top and bottom was a mirror image.
That's kind of cool. And aren't Sheffield United the first team to concede over 100 goals?
Yeah. 104, I think it's shocking. Final count.
Absolutely shocking. Right, so I think what we're going to do now is play the music. Hello and welcome to episode 30 of the Sunday League Pundit show. You have got myself, Stretch, and on camera you have my very good friend Jim Jam. We're not joined by Tin Ribs. He's got family commitments. Maybe. It may also be because you and Tin Ribs, or your beloved teams, are going head to head next week.
Oh, that wasn't the reason I was saying earlier.
Oh, right.
I was going on about the fact that we've got a prediction game finale.
Well, let's go into that. We normally go into it in the second half, but we're going to start by doing the prediction game, as it is the last week.
And we don't have to get predictions, because it's all
There's no more predictions to be done. We may do a prediction thing during Euros, but I was hoping instead to do the fantasy football and a giveaway. And speaking of giveaways, I have got a giveaway that I want to do this week, but I'm going to go into that very shortly because we're doing the predictions game. Right, so let's get straight into it. Leeds 4, Norwich 0. Hell of a result, hell of a game. Leeds were outstanding. There's no other way to say it. They were outstanding from start to finish. It should have been 10. They were superb. I will apologise this week actually because my voice is going to sound a bit crap, but I have been suffering for about 2 or 3 days. I don't feel great, but I didn't really want to not do the podcast, so it's going to sound a bit crap because my voice is a bit crap, but I apologise for that. It's either that or you don't get one, and I didn't really want to do that. So I said 1-0, Tim said 2-1, you said 2-0, Dale said 3-0, Jay said 3-1. Max said Norwich would win 1-0. So he gets nothing. The rest of us get a point. Saints v West Brom. It actually finished
3-1.
3-1. I said 2-1, so I was close. Tin Rib said 1-0. A penalty to Saints. Oh no, he said 1-0 or Saints would win on penalties.
I wanted the penalties if we
Jim,
lost.
you said 2-1 West Brom or West Brom would win on penalties.
I mean, it's not what I said I thought was going to happen. All I said was, if we're going to lose, I want some points.
Yes.
So I
do remember that. So you got no points. Darryl said 1-0, so he gets none. Jay said 2-1, Max said 2-1, so we all get a point. Excuse me. So the final game we've just watched, and we've done a second half watch along because Jim Jam's not able to join us super early on a Sunday because of his wife's work commitments, which is fair enough. So he's joined us for the second half. We did a watch along. I'll have that on YouTube as well. very disappointing for me because City basically just battered West Ham and win the league again for the 4th time in a row. Yay.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that as well. So Arsenal beat Everton 2-1, finished on a high, very good, won. Pickford had a great game, to be fair, made some brilliant saves. I said it would be 3-0, Tim said 3-0, you said 4-0, Dale said 3-1, Jay said we'd lose 3-2. Very happy he got it that badly wrong, and Max said 3-0 as well. So we all get a point apart from Jay. Boo, that's what you get, Jay, for voting against Arsenal. I'm very happy about that. So we finished. I got 4 points because I also said Pickford would get booked. Tim Ribs told me if Pickford got booked, I could have a bonus point. Pickford got booked. So I got 4 points, Tim 3, Jim 2, Daryl, Jay and Max 2 each. So we get to the final table. It's the final table. So, final table is Daryl wins hands down 57 points. What a superb effort that was.
Yeah.
Superb.
You're not playing next year.
So, you're banned. I came second with 50. Jim Jam, third, 47.
Yeah.
Max fourth with 44 on account of his had more direct hits.
Yeah.
Tim Ribs fifth, and more importantly, bottom of the Pundits table.
Yeah.
Therefore, Tim Ribs gets the forfeit. Daryl, if you've got any ideas of forfeits that you want to see Tim Ribs do, we're thinking at the minute, ladies' skirt and Man United shirt for a round of golf.
Yeah.
But we're not totally sold on that yet.
So we may need Shane's help, who was with us last week.
Yes, because he might have a United shirt that would fit.
Because we don't want to buy one.
No, we don't want to buy one. I'll be with Shane about that and see if there's any help.
I'm sure he'll be committed to the cause.
And Jay, albeit not a football fan, doesn't watch football, joined in just to help us out and be one of the numbers. So thank you very much for that, Jay. And he finished with 38 points, which is quite respectful for somebody that said he quite openly says he knows nothing about football.
He can come back.
Quite respectable. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can. So Tim Ribs is the outright loser for the Pundits. And on the giveaway, we're going to give Daryl a gift for winning it outright. So it hasn't been delivered yet, but I have ordered one, and when it gets here, I'll give Daryl his winning prize.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved. 7 points clear of anybody, so he did really well. So fair play to you, Daryl. I have ordered you a very little something. It's not a lot, because we did say we weren't going to give anything, but I thought, nah, he's done well. So
I'm sure we will do it again next year. So anybody that wants to get involved,
100%. It's I'll tell you what it's going to be then, so he doesn't have to wait too long. I've ordered him a pen with the Sunday League Pundit Show emblem on it, with the logo on it. Sorry. So I'm going to send that to him, and I'm thinking about when we do the fantasy football for the Euros, we're going to give away a t-shirt with our logo on it. So whoever wins the fantasy football, so long as we can get that going and we can find the right app to use, then whoever wins the fantasy football is going to win a t-shirt with our logo on it.
Yeah, we'll find
the one that I've already got and I showed off the other week.
Probably do a fantasy football going into the...
We'll definitely do it, because we couldn't do that because we didn't start the podcast till November, so the season had already got well underway. But next season, for the Euros, we'll do a fantasy football, and for next season, we're definitely going to do a fantasy football, and the winner will get a prize of some description. It will probably be, selfless, self-promoting by us and something with our logo on it. But it'll be something that you win for free.
Yeah, because I think we'll struggle with results because it's happening every day. We wouldn't be able to keep on.
There's no way you'd be able to do that. So fantasy football, and I think next season, instead of doing predictions, we'll do the fantasy football instead. Because it's easier to keep on top of, and it's something that we can
set up a league.
We can set up a league, set up a password, and each week on the podcast we can just quickly run through who's where and how's it going and where everyone's at. So it's something else that we can keep in touch of, keep you guys updated with their listen, and we can give away another prize, basically. Yeah. So congratulations, Darryl. You did really well. Thank you very much for joining us for the predictions game. You did really well.
But also you need to start doing some homework, because we're going to be setting what you think the Premier League team of the season is. But there's only one rule. You can only have 6 players from one club. Mainly so Stretch can't pick an entire Arsenal team and want him to actually pick some other players rather than just another goalkeeper and the rest Arsenal. I know we would probably change striker position.
I mean, you pretty much have to go for
but for everybody else, you're going to pick players from different teams anyway. So we'll probably do that in probably like 2-3 weeks time, something.
We'll say 2 weeks then.
Yeah,
because we've got a guest next week.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it for next week. We'll just enjoy our guest next week, and then the week after we'll sort out team of the season.
Yeah.
And we'll all do it.
I think that's like the 2nd or 3rd of June, something like that.
Yeah. I don't think Jay will take part of that because he, like I say, he doesn't watch football, so he's not going to know what. No. He knows the ones that, are there for betting. He knows Haaland usually scores, so he puts a bet on, but as for defenders, he's not going to be neither here nor there.
We'll do manager as well.
Okay, yeah, we'll throw a manager on as well. So it's a full team, full 11, and manager. We'll do that in 2 weeks' time then, and we'll set the task basically as soon as we finish the pod tonight, give everyone enough chance. Premier League clubs to vote. Do we get rid of VAR?
I can't see it happening.
I can't see it happening. Now, unsurprisingly,
Wolves
started it, and honestly, I don't blame them.
No.
Because they have been dumped on from a massive height from VAR all season long. It's not even been like Wolves are moaning again. It's been a season of Wolves getting annihilated, and I get it. I get why they're not happy.
Yeah, but it's not going to work. Getting rid of VAR doesn't work because the European Cups are still going to have it. The top leagues are going to have it still.
Yeah, but the Premier League doesn't necessarily have to have that.
No.
I think we could work without it. I don't think they'll vote to get rid of it now. But I think they should. I would. I'd vote in favour of kicking it out.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd vote in kicking it out because.
Have you preferred this season in the Championship because of no VAR, or would you have preferred to have had it?
No, I didn't want VAR. The decisions have worked both ways.
The thing is, it's been
go our way and not go our way.
And when you've got somebody coming out beforehand saying, I don't want that VAR official, they support our rivals, and then Forest go into a game and have 3 stonewall penalties denied, come on.
It just needs them to be consistent and just follow the basic rules of the game.
I think the consistency is a problem.
The problem is they're overcomplicating the rules.
100%.
Handball is handball. It's either deliberate or it's not.
They're on about changing the offside rule, actually, while we're on it.
Oh, yeah.
To
daylight.
You have to have daylight between the attacker and the defender, which means, you're going to have daylight, but your studs are going to be level with his shin. Are you on or off? So you're going to have the same argument, just at the other side of the body.
Yeah, but what point is daylight?
Oh, you can. That's your problem.
You know what I'd do? Feet. Ignore the rest of the body, so it doesn't matter which way your body's pointing, it's the feet on the floor. That's the only part of it that matters, because the striker's going to be going one way, the defender's the other, but the feet are going to be where they are on the pitch, whichever direction they're going. So I would have it.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
whoever foot is offside, that's what it is.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
So if the striker's foot's in front of the defender's foot, he's offside.
I think that's a great shout.
Just makes it gives the attacker the advantage. So if he's like,
it's more clear as well.
A diving header,
so you know what you're going for.
It'll count as a goal because he's flying through the air, so to speak. And it makes the defenders have to be clever. They've got to think about their positioning of the feet, kind of thing.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So they've got to, because if they're rushing out, they need to run with the feet. They need to be concentrating on where they're running. The fact that their arse is sticking out or something like that.
That sort of stuff shouldn't matter anyway. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I think it's a great shout, Jim. I think that's a great shout. I think they should do something like that.
So that's what they won't.
No, of course they won't. They'll just leave it as it is because it's why uncomplicate something that causes nothing but issues.
Whereas, like I say, the feet, not complex. It's all one part of the body. It's the same part.
Your feet is where you stood in it as well. So you're either on or off. You can't say, well, his shoulder's offside. Well, what's that got to do with it? Yeah, I think it's a good shout. Good shout. I don't think they'll do it, but maybe click this bit and have you guys just share it left, right and centre. If we can get hundreds of shares on this,
we
get the FA to look at it and go, offside is feet only, because that's where you planted on the floor.
But for me, I saw a brilliant VAR earlier, and it was in the Crawley versus Crewe game, which, congratulations to Crawley, they've made it up to League One now. I think it's like one of the first times Crewe have lost at Wembley or something.
Yeah, they've done pretty well over
They've done well over the years. But Crawley made a mistake. They were winning 1-0, and the Crewe player got through on goal. He decided to go round the keeper, and then the keeper took him out. Or did he? Now, he fooled everybody. He fooled me. I thought, that's a penalty, Stonewall. You know what? I didn't even touch him.
That's madness. Absolute madness.
But what gets me is they don't book him after. For me, if it's a blatant dive, it should be booked. I know that VAR's not used for bookings, but it should be. Especially when it's a dive and he's deceived the referee.
The thing is, it's like I said to you earlier, did they give a free kick for it? Or did they give a goal kick?
It looked like they gave Crawley the ball back in wherever the goalkeeper was. So it looked like a free kick for the dive.
If they've given a free kick, the ref then knows it's a dive, because that's what the free kick's for.
But if he didn't give it for a dive, then it should have been a corner because the keeper got a foot to the ball.
It's confusing, isn't it?
But VAR doesn't decide corners.
Again.
Even though it blatantly...
It's another reason why I vote it out.
Monitor to look at.
It's another reason why I vote it out. Because it doesn't do the correct thing.
Yeah, because if you've seen it, it's like Villa have made the Champions League now. Yeah. Congratulations to Villa. They've had a fantastic season.
They've had a brilliant season.
But they shouldn't even be in the league. They should have been relegated. Because goal line technology failed.
I remember that
last year. See it. Yeah. They knew there was a mistake, but it wasn't something they could deal with.
It's shocking, really. But it's something so important as well.
Yeah.
Madness. But then VAR, the Liverpool-Tottenham game, when Liverpool scored, VAR thought the on-field decision was goal, so they said, stick with it. Then they realised the on-field decision was no goal. Why haven't VAR then got the power to go, stop the game?
Well, they tried.
Stop the game.
You heard the audio. They actually tried. It was like, delay the game. And they're like...
Yeah, but the game had already started. So why didn't they just go, stop the game? Don't delay it. Stop. Right now. Stop. That was a mistake.
It was only like 15 seconds. And I think, Tottenham would have been pissed off for the game, but as soon as the game was over, they'd have been like, oh yeah, fair enough. They made a mistake.
There's got 3 yards in it. It's like a pretty clear one.
Yeah.
just not. Can we delay the game? Can we stop the game? Stop. Finish it right now. Stop. We've made a massive error. Stop it.
I've grown up with football for a long time, but I've had more seasons without VAR than I have VAR.
Yeah,
and I've got to say, I prefer leaving the stadium pissed off because the referee's made the wrong decision. But you get over it. It gives you a talking point to talk about, like we're doing now. Not
But when you leave a stadium and a ref has made an error, we will leave that stadium and we'll moan and we'll bitch and we'll complain. So we come away from a Macclesfield game, and there's been a terrible call. We'll come away going, that was absolutely disgrace. Referee was terrible. The next day, you're like, mistakes happen.
Yeah.
When somebody's looking at 50,000 replays, they're taking 25 minutes and they've got 100 camera angles.
And they get it wrong.
You cannot accept that mistake. And that's the big difference for me between the two. Now, I, like everybody, thought, well, if VAR comes in, surely that's just going to eradicate the errors. Wow, how wrong was I?
It's just made it more corrupt because
now they can choose which ones.
It depends which team it is.
100%. Now they choose which errors to make. Like before, it was just an error. And certainly in the Premier League, when you're running at 30 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, whatever these players actually hit now, it's easy to make that mistake. And if a ref makes the mistake, how many times has it gone to VAR and we've said to each other, I get why the ref didn't get that, because that was lightning quick.
Yeah.
But then when VAR gets it wrong, you sat there thinking, how have you come to that decision? How has that gone wrong? I don't understand it. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, both the manager of Crewe and Crawley, they both didn't want VAR for the final because he hadn't had VAR all season.
I don't blame them.
And obviously Crawley will be very happy that they did have VAR because they'd have had a penalty, Crewe, and that was at 1-0, so it would have been 1-1 and it would have been a different game changer because they won 2-0, Crawley, in the end. But I mean, they'd be gutted the fact that they'd been deceived for a dive, but it would have given them something to moan about. And they'd have got over it the next day, and it would have actually made them feel better. Whereas Crewe are now going, VAR has screwed us.
Yeah.
Even though it's the right decision, they've gone,
but
we haven't had VAR all year, and then the biggest game of our season, we had it for one game, and it's cost us promotion.
Yeah, it is wrong.
So now I'm looking at, we haven't had VAR all season, and going up to them, it could potentially be made by VAR. Could make a massive difference.
You've just got to hope your VAR is a United fan.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then he'll just go against Leeds anyway.
But listening to Tin, obviously VAR is going to be massively in Leeds' favour because he's wanted it all year because it would correct all the refereeing mistakes that have gone against Leeds all year. So ultimately, Southampton are screwed.
I think we're currently on he's criticised the referees about 20,000 times and he's praised them once that I can remember.
Yeah.
It's not a great ratio, is it?
It's going to be a tough game.
It is. I'm looking forward to it because I can just follow the winner. Whoever's winning, I'll support them.
I'll be happy if we go up. If we lose, as long as we play well enough, I'll be happy because I think Leeds are going to be favourites. It doesn't matter that we've beaten them twice because generally in the playoffs, that normally goes against you.
From an outsider's point of view, I think I would have Leeds favourite. No offence.
They finished fifth.
It's not even just that. It's the way they played in their semi was incredible. They were superb. They should have put 10 past Norwich.
Yeah.
Norwich didn't even get out their half. Leeds were amazing. Now, if Leeds have used all their good football, you'll batter them. But if they play like that, it's going to be
We've
tough.
got to play our best football.
Yeah,
we
100%.
can't make our mistakes that we make at the back. Because we made loads against West Brom. I'm just thankful that West Brom weren't good enough to punish us.
Yes. Which Leeds will be.
But if we play our best football, Leeds can't play the way they played because we're going to have the ball.
And this is what I was going to say, is if Southampton bring their A game, Leeds are going to struggle. Because you'll make it difficult for them.
Because we
Like you did in both games.
Yeah.
You made it difficult for them when you played them in the league.
Because our game is we keep the ball.
Yes.
And we're the best at it.
I would say so. But
we make mistakes because of
counter-attacking
and Leeds will punish us.
It's frightening.
It is. They've got by far the best attacking.
Yeah, when you've got Ritter and Somerville all sprinting at you, it's a frightening prospect because they're very, very good players. Very good players. Anyway, next bit of news that I've written down is De Zerbi is going to leave Brighton.
I know, I was shocked.
Part of me thought when Klopp was going, De Zerbi would be on the list for Liverpool, but as we know, Arne Slot is going to Liverpool. So why is De Zerbi leaving Brighton? For me, he has to have been offered a bigger club. Because why would you leave Brighton Liverpool?
Unless his vision is different to that of the owners.
I mean, that's a hell of a club to be leaving, isn't it? They work really well. Their recruitment is probably the best in the Premier League.
But
their football's good. Their results are good. The position is good.
I mean, I hadn't heard of De Zerbi before he went to Brighton. And he's not won anything or...
He's not.
He's doing okay with a mid-table Premiership side.
Yes.
But he's not been at clubs very long and his CV isn't exactly vast.
Another reason why leave Brighton.
But I haven't heard of Slot before. So it's not like Liverpool are going out and getting the best manager because the best manager has decided to stay at Bayer Leverkusen, who have gone season unbeaten. I think Xabi Alonso is going to be
when you look at what Ancelotti's won,
yeah,
he's a hell of a manager.
Yeah, but it looks like Alonso is like
he's looking good,
and he looks set to be Real Madrid's next manager when they swap, which makes it tough. And Xavi was leaving Barcelona, and he's not anymore. He stayed because who are they going to bring in? The manager availability isn't there now. There's a real lack of top quality managers.
Yeah.
Now there used to be loads, but now it's kind of like, who are the top quality managers? Because they're all retiring.
It's a fair argument, isn't it?
You know, Tuchel, he was leaving Bayern. There's talk that he's staying now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't heard that. I knew he was leaving, or meant to.
So there is talk that he may not even be leaving Bayern because who goes there? Because all the managers are kind of stick, you know, is it Nagelsmith? Is he at the Germany?
Yeah.
And he's staying there.
Wow.
You know, Moyes is leaving. Is he going to go to another club? I see him as a top manager.
That comes to someone, doesn't it? When you've got a manager in place just because there's nobody to replace him. That's like Ten Hag. Is he there because United want him, or is he there because who do United replace him with?
I've not heard of Ten Hag before he went to Man United, really. Until he was linked there, I hadn't really heard of him.
No, you'd maybe heard his name a couple of times, but there was nothing.
Crystal Palace's manager. I can't tell you who it is. He's doing well with the club, but I've never heard of him.
Yeah,
I'm really struggling with these managers.
I think that's the thing, though, isn't it?
I haven't even heard of him. Postecoglou. I hadn't heard of him.
No, I haven't.
You know what I mean? So these are big Premier League clubs in theory.
Well,
I know they've not won anything, but everybody's heard of Spurs.
We'd heard of Arteta.
Yeah.
As a manager, we took a gamble, massive gamble.
I mean, Pep Guardiola is winning the league comfortably every year with Man City, that he had to give away his assistant manager to have competition with Arsenal. That was kind of one of them memes that I saw in the week, actually. I just thought it was a funny one.
Had to release his assistant manager just to get a bit of competition.
Because he was a player. And there's a lot of managers out there that are foreign coaches and you don't know their career.
Yeah.
And it's...
Yeah. I just...
is Klopp going to go anywhere after? It might be a year out and he might take German national job.
Possibly.
Or another job pops up around Germany. But you look at the German league now where they said it was a farmers' league and Bayern Munich, the one team wonder, have come third in a 2-horse race like Spurs did.
Yeah. The season Leicester won it.
And when I saw it, I was like, unbelievable. I mean, and when I thought, it must be Dortmund that have pinched second. No, it was Stuttgart. That was crazy. So Leverkusen have won it and Stuttgart have come second.
Yeah.
The odds on that must have been fantastic at the
start. Wild. Because that's just unheard of, isn't it? Everyone would have had Bayern Munich down to win the league hands down. They got Kane as well. They got another 40 to 50 goals a season striker.
The best league in the world at the moment. I tell you what, we might be slipping down.
What's not us? When you got City, they're on for a double treble. They've won the league 4 times in a row, 6 times in 7. We cannot claim to be the best league in the world.
Is it Germany now? We've got 5 Champions League places, and
I'm not sure
Italy have got 5.
The only reason I'm not sure you can say Germany is because it's only been won by somebody else once. That's like City won it, City won it, City won it, Liverpool won it, City. So you can't say we're competitive because Liverpool sneaked one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So in Germany, you can't say that all of a sudden they're competitive just because Leverkusen have had a good season. Don't worry about that.
But I was going to say Bayern Munich could go win the next 10.
Potentially. And City are just going to keep running, aren't they? They're just going to break every record they've got. And the Premier League's just going to become more and more boring. More and more dull. But it's just a bit of a sham, really.
Harry Kane's got his first Arsenal trophy.
His leading scorers trophy from Germany.
It's canon.
I have put a picture of this on one of the podcasts we've done previously because it's basically a little cannon that he's been handed, so I can imagine he was thrilled with that. Very quickly before we go to break, because we've yammered on a little bit, Emma Hayes has left Chelsea Women, so all the men in the women's game are safe from assault now. But it's not going to be prosecuted in any way, shape or form because it was instigated by a woman, and as we know, women can't assault men, so they get away with it. So luckily all the men are safe because Emma Hayes is going, and she's going over to America where she belongs, and yeah, good riddance.
Tin would have had a lot to say about this conversation, as he had quite a bit to say.
Yeah, but he's too busy worrying about losing next week to the Saints, so I'm not sure if he'd have been quiet in the corner anyway. He's a deserter, Tin Ribs. He's a deserter. We've got to a point now where I don't think he's going to listen to this podcast. So I'm going to test it now, but I just start slagging him off. He's a prick. We'll see whether he picks up on it during the week. Conor Gallagher is wanted by Spurs and Aston Villa, and he's entering into the final 12 months of his contract. I think Conor Gallagher's a very good footballer, and I think he would improve Fulham and Tottenham, but I don't understand why Chelsea haven't given him a contract.
Not Fulham.
So yeah, Villa.
He would definitely improve Fulham.
He would Tottenham.
For his career, I would say Villa might be the better move.
For his career, as an Arsenal fan, I would say that Villa's definitely the better move, because at least he's got a chance of something.
Because it's Spurs at the moment have got Maddison that plays his position.
But you can play two there. We've got Rice and Odegaard that basically play the same position.
Yeah.
So you can do it. And Villa are good enough now to get away with doing that. The very last little bit of news before we go to the break was it had come out during the week that Ramsdale had signed for Newcastle.
Yeah.
And it was done and dusted, and it was all going through. And Ramsdale decided to take to Twitter, or X, and tweet, "News to me." So clearly he hasn't actually signed for Newcastle. It might be in the pipeline, but I don't think Ramsdale was too impressed that people said he'd already gone when he hasn't.
You know what? That's not the first time that players have been informed on social media that they're leaving, and he's probably gone to the club and question it, and they probably turn around to him and goes,
"Actually, yeah, you are going.
You're gone.
Yeah, you're going to have to leave, so you're going to join somebody soon."
Yep.
So I guess we'll have to wait and see, but as it stands right now, Ramsdale said he's not signed, so I guess we just have
need
to
to
take his
leave.
word for him.
He's too good to sit on the bench.
I don't think you should say, because I don't think he's going to get the minutes. Arteta clearly doesn't rate him and doesn't respect him at all. You know yourself, I'm gutted about it, because I think he's a better goalkeeper than Raya. I think he's even better at distributing the ball than Raya is, but I'm not manager of Arsenal, and I don't get paid millions a year to make these really difficult decisions on, do you play a crap keeper or do you play a good one? I play the crap one. I don't get paid the money for that.
But when you've got the best back four in front of you,
it helps. We said that last week about Onana. If he'd got Arsenal's back four, he'd have more clean sheets.
I think he only makes as many mistakes as he does because he's got to face a hell of a lot more shots.
I totally agree. Went through that with Shane last week. Our very first guest we had last week. So if you are listening this week, or if you're watching this week on YouTube, please go back and check out episode 29, because we had our very good friend of the pod, Shane from Junior Rangers Initiative, and it was quite insightful. I quite enjoyed it. So we're going to go to break now, and we shall be back very shortly. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the Sunday League Pundit Show, episode 30. You have me and Jim Jam still here, still wanting to talk football.
Yep.
And the only game we've got left this season is Leeds versus Southampton in the Championship final.
Yep.
How you feeling?
Okay.
Confident?
No.
I feel great. So are you going to win? No. No, not at all. So you're not confident at all?
I think if we play our best, it could be a game we've got every chance of going up, but at the end of the day, Leeds are a big threat.
They are. They played well in their semi.
And full of disappointment. Like,
you played well in your semi.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great game. A really good game. For the neutral, it's going to be brilliant.
I hope so.
For you, maybe
I need
not.
Southampton to score first. Because if Leeds score first, they don't lose.
You sent us a stat the other day.
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, it's something like they've
taken the lead in like 28 games and drawn 3, won the rest.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. They're massively top. And we were really down.
It was a ridiculous stat. And they have done ridiculously well.
It's surprising that they didn't get automatic.
Very much so, but I think they threw it away in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
As bad as that sounds. I mean, ideally for us, really, Leeds would have gone up and you would have gone up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ideally, that would have been best. And then all three of us would have been in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But I mean,
next season, one of us isn't going to be.
Yeah.
And it'll mean that less watches of the Championship.
Not for me, because I'll still watch the same, because when we first started doing this, I was watching a bit of Saints, I was watching a bit of Leeds, and then you and Tim are going, Ipswich this and Leicester that, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to have to start watching all of it, because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I started watching more and more and more, And obviously next season, I'm going to watch the same amount because you're going to be sat there going, oh, but these are doing this and they're doing that and they're doing the other, and I'm going to feel like I need to keep up with it. So I'll still be watching.
There'll only be one.
There's only going to be one
viewpoint.
Yeah.
From that league.
Yes. Yeah, we've only got one personal point of view from the Championship next season, be it Saints or be it Leeds. But we're still going to talk about Stafford. No doubt we'll have Shane on again at some point. We're still going to talk about Macclesfield.
I think we've probably got a game to go to. Looks like Leek
Leek are going to be in the same league as Mac.
That's pretty close.
I think there's a few reachable, to be fair.
Yeah.
So long as it's on a day where I'm not up at 11 o'clock at night, then I'm happy to go.
Depending where it is.
Yeah, I mean,
time of day and family commitments.
Yeah, as long as we can, sneak our way out of the houses and stuff, then we should be okay.
Yeah.
But we definitely need to go to more games next season.
Yeah.
Be it Stafford or be it Macclesfield, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But we need to watch more. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm more than happy to keep up with the lower league football and Championship and Premier League, and we'll see where it goes. But we've got your game next Sunday, which is going to be good. I'm hoping to do a watch along, although was it you that said you couldn't make it?
Yeah, my wife will be at work too.
You can't make it, but I'm hoping to do it with tin ribs.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. And then on to G Southgate.
Yeah.
And the England squad.
And the Euros.
Which we're now, I say we, everybody, is now taking 26 players, not 23.
Oh.
I think that's going to make a bigger difference than people give it credit for.
Yeah, because the players that deserve to go in the past had to be chopped.
Well, if you think...
It gives Southgate a chance to take an extra 3 right-backs.
Yeah, I think John Henderson's guaranteed a seat now, and he now he's got another 3 seats to fill.
Oh, just to be around the squad, etc. Bore
take him as a fan.
Cheerleader.
If you want him in the dressing room, that's fine, because they all know him. So fine, take him, but as a cheerleader, as a fan, not as a player.
No,
he hasn't played, and when he has, he's done badly.
Yeah.
He hasn't played much for Ajax this season either. I will apologise again, my throat's really giving me a bit of chip at the minute.
So I know that we're probably going to talk about the Euro squad a lot next week.
Yeah.
Because I know that our guest next week has his viewpoints on it, because we had a conversation about it and he does want to bring that topic up. So we won't go too much into it now, because
I think we're going to go into it more when it gets set in stone.
Yeah.
That's when we'll really sort of pull it apart.
But there's obviously players that we think, they should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's quite easy. There's only a couple positions where we're thinking, okay, who are you actually going to take?
I think we would probably agree on 85% of the squad.
Yeah.
And there's probably maybe 4 or 5 positions that you would pick someone and I'm like, I don't know, maybe him or... but we'll go more into that when we know.
It's dead easy. There's certain players that already know they're on the plane. Harry Kane knows he's on the plane. Ollie Watkins knows he's on the plane. Saka knows he's on the plane. Foden knows he's on the plane. Bellingham knows he's on the plane. Pickford knows he's on the plane. So and there's lots more that I've mentioned there. And there's going to be other players that aren't going to be are not on the cusp, and it'll be interesting. Like talk about it a little bit more next week, because there's certain players that I want to play that isn't necessarily their natural position, but would be a good fit.
I think our guest next week is going to surprise a few people.
Yeah,
and that's all I'm going to say on it.
Yeah,
but I think he will surprise a few people.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the Euros. I'm not overly optimistic, but I'm looking forward to the games. I'm looking forward to the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to a bit of sun during the summer.
You know what?
Would be nice.
Been known to be anti-internationals.
You haven't, have you?
Yeah.
You did miss the first international break because he said family commitments, but I think he just thought it was a bit boring.
Yeah. And I probably should have watched the games, really, because it was tough at the time, because obviously I've swapped jobs and now I'm Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and it's come to my realisation that I'm off work when the Euros is pretty much going on, so I can pick whichever game I want to watch.
Yep.
I know that I'll miss a bit of the opening ceremony because we'll be at football ourselves, unless we've been crippled at our game at Chasetown the week before. But that's going to make it a lot more interesting, because normally I'm working shifts and it's like, oh, I've got to book holiday to get the England games off, or I'm at work and you're watching it on a phone or in a canteen, or you can only watch the first half, and it's like, or you're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning when you could be watching a game.
For me, as you know, I get up anywhere between 10:30 at night and 2 in the morning.
It's going to be tougher for you.
But the advantage I've got is I am a truck driver, so I work alone. So if I want to put the radio on and have the football on, I can. So I'm not like held in a warehouse or in a shop or anywhere else where you're told you'll listen to this when you're at work. So I can pretty much do what I want. And if England are on, I'm paid salary. So if I want to just pull over in a services for 45 minutes and watch the first half, I can do.
The odds of you working during these games are unlikely.
It's pretty slim, but the option's there, whereas I can work my time around the football. So I'm quite lucky, really. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, like I say, the spectacle, the games, the fact that it's summer, the fact that we should have a chance of doing well.
Yeah.
But because of what we've seen before, there's just that nagging doubt that you're going to get to a position where you think this could happen, and Southgate's just going to go, no. Defend.
Funny enough, that most of our best chances have all been under Southgate, and he's lost every one so far.
Would you agree with me that the losing of them, bar the France one, because there was a missed pen, it can happen. So bar the France game, the Belgian game,
were a better side.
The Croatian game, albeit the Belgian I think was the third, fourth.
I don't care about that one.
So you got the Belgian game, the Croatia game, the Italy game. For me, all Southgate's fault.
Yeah. Italy were for the taking.
100%.
That was take the lead.
Till we scored.
Punish them.
Till we scored, they barely touched the ball. After we scored, we barely touched the ball. How does that happen?
What do you say at Sunday League football? You score a goal. Well, there's one phrase that you say.
2, we used. Keep it tight. Keep pushing.
Oh no, I was thinking, let's go again, it's 0-0.
Well,
how often do you...
It was slightly different for us. Once we'd scored, it would be keep it tight, but keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You've got them.
It's the same theory.
Once you've got them once, you keep going. Because you've got them. In your head, we can score against these. In their head, it's going to be harder than we thought. Keep going.
Yeah.
Italy turned up to that and thought, Jesus Christ, these are all over us. And England, or Southgate, went, we're winning now, so right, sit down.
Yeah.
Be alright. Sit back, build the wall. Alright. to Donald Trump. Build a wall.
Croatia
Italians out.
should have beat him.
Should have easily beat him. Should have scored 3 or 4.
Yeah. I mean, the other one was obviously Euro 96. We lost on penalties.
Again, penalties.
Bloody Southgate again.
But did you see, before we got to penalties, how close Gaza was when he stretched across?
Yeah.
Jesus. Just inches.
Yeah.
He was his studs away from getting a touch on it.
Oh, no.
Got in. I was only 15, I still remember it. Still is.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I just expect us to fail.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've said it before on the podcast, and no doubt we'll say it again. We have the best attack in world football. But we can't win the important games because we score and go all-out defence, and we've got one of the worst defences in world football.
The thing is, though, we'll go into that, and like all the rules are changing and stuff like that, and it's all about, oh, you can't fly your flag, it might offend people during the tournament. Oh, yeah. Don't stick flags on your cars. I mean, this guy over here, when we worked together in the first job where we met, his car, my word, there wasn't. You could only see flags. How many flags did you have on your car?
19.
19 flags.
Yeah.
It was overkill.
100%.
But
I'm one of them. When someone says you can't, well, no, I'm just going to be stupid about it.
Was that the external flags, or was that including the internal ones?
No, that was just the ones you could see on the outside.
I was going to say, because there were flags inside the car as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as shirts over the seats.
Because you'll go north of the border, Scotland will just...
Have you seen Brazil during a World Cup? Have you seen the country Brazil during a World Cup?
They'll just go...
It's just one big flag.
Yeah.
And nobody says a word.
Because they take pride in the country and they don't care what they do.
The thing is, though,
passionate as they want.
If I went to Brazil during a tournament and there was Brazil flags everywhere, I'd think,
great.
Look how well supported their country is. Yeah, we put a flag up. People walk down the street and think, oh, he must be a bigot. He must be a racist. Why? Because
we just want to support our country.
I was born in England. I didn't choose it. I was just born here. And I like the fact that I was born here. I like my country.
I love it.
And when we play football, I like us to win.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that we're English. I love everything about it. I just wish that we could be more patriotic without people getting offended.
I am just more patriotic. I used to live on a ground floor flat. Ground floor flat. Easy for me to say.
Yeah.
And it faced a main road. And obviously, during the tournament, I had a flag hanging out my window. Yeah. And a copper knocks on my door. And said, we need you to set your flag down. So what for? He said, well, people are finding it offensive. We need... I said, well, with all due respect, if the English flag offends them, they shouldn't be in England. Because I don't go to France and then complain that I see a French flag.
Yeah, tell them take that.
Have you been to Wales? Even when you go to Llandudno?
You know when you're in Wales, because the whole
dragon
it's literally a plain road, and then you hit the Welsh flags.
Yeah.
Love it. Even though they're not going to win a tournament. So
Wales hate us.
Yeah.
But seeing their flag does not offend me in the slightest. It
makes me jealous.
100%. I just think, I wish...
Because sometimes the point where you think, you know what, I wish I was Irish, I wish I was Scottish, I wish I was Welsh or something.
I was going to go on a similar trend to that, but not quite that weird.
Yeah.
I wish we were allowed to be more like the Welsh.
Yeah.
And I don't wish I was Welsh.
No, I want to be English, but I want to support.
I just wish we were allowed to be more like that.
Yeah.
Like France during the World Cup, French flags everywhere. They're swinging baguettes in the air, because that's how people see them. And they were not only forcing the French or the France way down people's throats, they were using the stereotypes we've got against them and waving them at us as well. How amazing is that?
Great stuff.
How amazing is that? Yeah. It's like us getting to the final of the Euros England flags everywhere, St George's Cross everywhere, and then us walking down the street waving fish and chips at everyone. How great would that be? What an atmosphere that would create.
The atmospheres of the Championship semi-finals at Ellen Road and at St Mary's.
Yeah.
They urged the fans to go at 6 p.m. and they turned up in their thousands. They were setting off flares outside the stadiums. Outside the stadium, when the team bus arrived,
Yeah.
was absolutely dominated the streets. I've never seen anything like it. It was like, you know, when you see like the Liverpool when they come second and they have their parade.
You're causing problems here.
Yeah. And they have a massive parade. Because obviously the year they won it, they couldn't have a parade because it was COVID. They weren't allowed to have a parade.
That's true.
So, and you see that and you want that for your own club. The enthusiasm. And that was the first time I'd properly seen it before a game where there were flares everywhere. It looked completely red and white and it looked dominating. You know, when West Brom team bus come up, it would have been like, wow. This is great. You know, Ellen Road was the same.
Just give me 2 seconds. We've been interrupted. Come here. Rudely interrupted by, for the YouTube viewers, this little man is called Dobby, and he's only a few months old, and he's our new puppy, and he keeps running in.
It's his
so in case you're wondering what this is,
favourite dog.
in case you're wondering what that is little Dobby running in and out. So here he is for the YouTube, and what I'll do is I'll get Jim Jam to take a picture, and I'll put that as our picture on the audio, so everyone can have a look at little Dobby. Right, there you go, mate. How do you get? Come run out now and play.
That's his best dog. It's my favourite of his three.
That's your favourite?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Junior's okay as well.
Junior's alright, yeah, he doesn't really do him. He just sort of lies there, but he lies on my feet.
If you have to get rid of one, I'm kicking Pepper out.
So you've got a favourite and a least favourite. You've literally ordered the dogs.
Yeah.
You've actually got a league table.
I bet you it's the last one's like the last one was your first one.
Pepper.
Yeah.
It was the first one we had, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the first one. She's blind. Bless her.
I don't know why she's always yapping and barking at me.
Yeah, because every
the others I can walk in the house and they're quite chilled and they want stroked.
Because once you walk in, they've seen you and they recognise you, but you walk in and Pepper still doesn't know who you are.
Ah, right.
You have to go near her so she can smell you and she'll recognise you then.
I might let her off a bit.
Yeah. It's turned from a football podcast into talking about my dogs, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. I want to be more patriotic. I'd like to be allowed to be more patriotic. I say that. I will be the most patriotic person
but I want everybody to get involved, even if you don't like football that much. Just
Euro 96.
Stick a flag up.
Everybody did it during 96, but different times then. You weren't like demonised for having the St George's Cross outside your house. So that's why everybody got involved. And you had women, men, children that didn't really care about football, but we reached like a fever pitch in the country because this team that we were expecting to just get battered, basically, because that's what we always did, we're doing really well. And they started winning.
As well,
and they're competing.
Defecating the England shirt as well by getting rid of the St George's. I know we've already done this on the previous one, but and they're pricing out the shirt as well.
£115 or something for a shirt.
Yeah, I mean, you stick an England shirt on for 50 quid that's quite nice, I'd consider it.
Yeah. You know,
double.
Everybody that sees that shirt is going to DHgate to buy that shirt. Nobody's paying £115 for that shirt. It's not happening.
People are, though.
Insanity. More money than sense.
I mean, if I had to go buy one, I hold a gun to my head, I'm buying the away shirt. And I know you don't agree with it because it's the wrong colours.
Right, for me, gun to my head, I'm buying the keeper shirt.
Yeah.
Because I don't like either of the other two.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that the St George's Cross has been covered, and the away one is disgusting. I've never seen anything worse. It's like Dulux messed up when they did somebody's paint and just went, oh yeah, handed it to the FA.
I agree with you fact that they should just pick the colours and stick with it, the white and the red.
Do you know what? Our flag couldn't be any more basic. It's a white background and a red cross. You've got two colours to choose from.
Completely different colours. It always gets me, you know, when football teams pick the home and away shirt and they pick the same colours.
Similar colour.
Like they have
Just
like
stupid.
big like red and white stripes, and then they'll have a complete red kit, and it's like, well, you to play a team in red and white or red, you can't use either kit.
Stupid.
And then you've got to use your third kit. But I guess that's where clubs are making more money, because they're selling more kits. And obviously, the further it's up, you're getting 4 kits now. Every team's got 3 kits now.
It's insane.
You didn't used to get 3 kits because it used to have to be different.
Another reason why I like Stafford Rangers, Macclesfield, because they're at a level where you have 2 kits.
Yeah.
Look at Max kits. Have you seen Max kits for next season?
I like them.
They are divine. Honestly, they're amazing. I have to get both. They're so nice. But then our kits this season, beautiful. Max kits were absolutely stunning.
I'd quite like to go a game early on in like September to have full use. Not friendlies, just get up to the stadium when I got money, go watch a game, go to the club shop, because it just didn't fall right. So we couldn't get the deal. And I mean, the kits are quite expensive, and even the offers were £5 off. Yeah. And you knew it wasn't going to get really any cheaper, because they just put only 4 available or something. And it was like, because I did like the away kit this year, but I do like the away kit next year.
That's lush. They've got some really nice kit designs, actually.
And I'd be quite happy to wear them on a Friday night when I'm playing football. You know.
Have you seen Arsenal's away next season?
No.
Gross.
You're not a fan?
It's horrendous. It's horrendous. I will get a picture up, and I'll have to put a picture up on.
But you know,
for the
it's
YouTube
nice to have
listeners
different colour kits, especially when we're non-bib.
Yeah.
Although some idiots decide to wear yellow or nearly orange kits when the bibs are orange.
Okay, so that's our keeper kit, which I think is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Love our keeper kit for next season. There's the away. Thoughts?
It looks more like a training top. It's a nice top.
Is it?
I don't know. The sponsor's a bit big.
I don't know if that's going to actually show up on...
No, it looks a bit blurry.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up too well. Our cameras aren't great, to be fair, but as I've pointed out many times when people have criticised us on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram, we are called the Sunday League Pundits.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Southampton's kits next season. I don't know what they are, but they're Puma. So we've moved on from Hummel that we've had.
Which you're currently sporting, by the way.
I am.
Got the badge. You got a sticker on your shirt or something? You didn't.
No, that's part of it.
Is that part of the actual?
Yeah, that's part of the.
Honestly, the whole time you've been here, I thought someone had put a sticker on your shirt,
like Bitcoin,
and it shouldn't be. Like it shouldn't be there. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Just show yourself to the camera. So yeah, for anyone that's not seen it. Honestly, I thought it was a sticker, and it feels like a sticker as well. To be fair, that's really weird.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
I've noticed well, kits are okay. I mean, I love this one. I love the yellow. I love Southampton when they go with the yellow away kit, because I like a more vibrant kit. It gives you a chance to show. Like I loved Arsenal's this season. I love the high vis kit.
The high vis, loved it.
I know a lot of people hate it, but I'm a big fan of racing kits.
My favourite kit and I love our home kit this season with the gold on.
Yeah,
really liked it, but the away kit was just amazing. I loved it.
Like I know that this is not this is the season before. It wasn't this season's kit, but it's held up. I know the home kit from this season. I know the Hummel badges started peeling off, but I've got a lot of use out of it.
But the thing is like, because we actually physically play football every Friday, we use a different shirt every Friday. So
Yeah.
I've maybe got 15 Arsenal shirts, 16 Arsenal shirts, and I rotate them. But once you've worn them 6-7 times, they've been washed 6-7 times. Granted, I don't put them in the dryer because I'm not a lunatic. But
why? Because football kits dry in an hour.
well, it's not even that. It's like my other half, when we got together, she dumps a load of them in the dryer, and I'm like, what are you doing? The print is just going to come off because your dryer gets that hot, it'll just melt the print off.
Yeah.
Stop putting my football shirts in the dryer.
Yeah.
It takes 10 minutes. Hang it over an hour, it'll be fine.
I don't like the fact that the kits are going up in price. You know, we're now
They're expensive anyway.
We're getting up to £75 for a shirt.
Insane.
Now. I was okay with 50.
Even
like non-league,
well,
60.
max is 60.
And it's like, wow, 60. And then you've got to pay the postage on top of it, unless you've gone to the club shop. And it's unbelievable.
And then if you want it printed,
I will go out and I'll buy one of the Southampton kits.
if you want it printed, it's even more.
Well, that's it. I won't get it printed.
Do you get any of yours printed ever?
Not normally. I did get one the other week, mainly just to wind you up, because I got an Inter Miami kit from DHgate and put Messi on the back, just to be because he was moaning the other week saying, "Why would you put another man's name on your shirt?" So I just bought one.
I did wonder.
It came at it was cheaper to buy it with his name on the back than it was plain. So I thought,
okay.
You know what?
Well,
I'm just going to buy that.
I had the argument because somebody said to me, "Why do you have your name on?" I'm like, 99% of the time, like for my whole life, I've had my nickname Stretch written on the back of my shirt. It's just something that I've always done. I've had the nickname since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I've always been called Stretch by everybody, including my own mum. So it's just something that I've always been called, and I've always had Stretch on the back. And I've had Arsenal fans tell me that I've ruined the shirt because I've put Stretch on it, and I don't really care.
Really? Really do they actually moan about?
I've had Arsenal fans turn around and say, "Why have you put Stretch on it? You've ruined it." I'm like, "I'm not asking you to wear it, am I? What's it got to do with you?"
It's the first I've ever heard anything like that. People put all sorts of rubbish on the back of their shirts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at that. I hate Liverpool. But there was a United fan that had a United shirt, and he had number 96 on the back.
Yeah.
And above it was written "Not Enough," which is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, we all know that I hate Liverpool, but that
Too far.
was horrific. How can you, oh my God. There's no words for that. And he quite rightly, as far as I'm aware, he quite rightly got arrested. Because that's disgusting. And that's hate speech. If you're saying that people need to die, that's hate speech.
Yeah.
And I can't get my head round anybody thinking that's okay. I don't get it. Now, I'll slag Liverpool off to the hilt.
Yeah.
Right, now, I think there's a lot of things Liverpool have done wrong, and certainly their fans. But never, ever, ever have I thought Liverpool fans need to die. That's disgusting. I just can't understand it. I don't understand
But I think
it.
when they do that, they do go over the top about it. Rightly so in some cases. But then you've got the certain individuals that are just as bad about the Munich.
Yeah, another one.
And you know, fans go on about Leicester's helicopter, the owners, and stuff like that. Where you see it all the time, where fans are like mimicking helicopters and stuff.
Yeah, and Leeds with the fan
disgusting.
over in
getting stabbed and
crazy.
you know, it's
crazy,
just disgusting. Leave that stuff out. Just
100%.
give abuse to the refs.
The thing is, as well,
players in a nice way.
Is there
Just
not
tell them
enough?
they're rubbish. Tell them they're no good.
Is there not enough about Liverpool to take the piss out of? There's so much.
Just carry on, saying that he slipped and fell over. That's funny.
And that winds them up instantly.
Works fine.
It's great. Have a go at them for being bin dippers and skip back to whatever it is you want to call them. Or attacking the city bus. Have a go at them for that. No problem. But don't go on. Like, tragedies should
leave them alone.
They should be completely left alone, because it's just disgusting, in my opinion.
And the racism.
Obviously not in everybody. Racism, I don't understand.
Leave that alone.
I don't get it.
If somebody's rubbish, shit, tell them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Being white doesn't make you a bad footballer. Being black doesn't make you a bad footballer. Being a shit footballer makes you a shit footballer.
Shouting, "You fat bastard," at the goalkeeper that's
fine. That's fine.
But can fit 3 of him inside my football shirt, but I'm still calling him a fat bastard because it's funny.
I do the same. Yeah. I'm massively overweight, but I'll have a go at people for being fat. No problem.
And when they're not fat at all, they're like the skinniest player on the pitch. Yeah. But it's just that concept of a goalkeeper's got to be a fat bastard. Yeah. And you're doing that in the hope that they're going to fall over as they kick the ball. Yeah. And then you can have a little cheer that he's fallen over.
Little things like that is fine. I just don't
That's what I love about non-league football.
That's great, isn't it? They still do all
they
that.
Can hear you as well.
Yeah, because they're right there, aren't they? Yeah. Right next to you. They can hear every word you're saying.
I remember once when I went to Canvey Island versus Port Vale at Port Vale, and Canvey Island won. And the amount of abuse we were giving to the Vale keeper was untrue. Because we knew he could hear.
Yeah.
Because the Vale fans weren't screaming as well, and none of us support Canvey Island. We just thought we'll go to the game and we'll go in the Canvey Island end. I mean, I was Southampton. I think I went with an Everton fan and a Stoke fan. So obviously,
so he's definitely going to have Vale.
Really, but I can't remember who was in goal at the time. I think it might have been like Mark Goodlad or something like that, and just ripping him for the whole game, to the point where he did start like turning round and like having a smirk and stuff like that. Question choices in life and stuff like that. We could be completely wrong, and I know it's completely offensive in this day and age and all that sort of stuff, but take it for what it is. Don't get offended.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. Just laugh it off and go, yeah.
The thing for me is, you are not going to joke about something
that you actually believe in.
Either that, or if you think that person is that thing. Like, you're not going to go and tell a paedophile joke to a paedophile, because it's then disgusting. You say something you think is funny, and with the express intention and thought that person knows it's stupid and knows you're just telling a joke. That's the whole point of a joke, is you tell somebody that intentionally doesn't have that belief. Like, for example, you go to a footballer and you'll tell a footballer that he's gay or whatever.
Yeah.
But you do that with the express intention that he's not. You know he's not. He knows he's not. But you say it anyway.
You tell him that he's sleeping with his wife, or
100%.
the player, your best player on your team. I remember, I think I went to a Stoke game and they were playing. I think Jamie Redknapp was playing, so they were giving him sticks, saying Peter Thorne's going to sleep with Louise, who was his wife at the time. I know they're not together anymore, but it was like
they're together for years.
Like, everybody goes on about when they play Man United and everybody's sleeping with Victoria Beckham, kind of thing.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And that was at every game, and I think that's mentioned in his Netflix.
Yeah, they used
documentary.
They used to sing "Do You Take Over the Arsenal?" Every game,
and stuff like that. But he took it for what it was, and he could hear it. It made me feel better, the fact that players on the pitch actually do know that they're chanting that stuff. Because sometimes you think, they're a bit far away, or perhaps they can't hear it as well. I'm glad that they can hear it, because they need to.
I like it more when they join in back.
Yeah.
when they give you stick.
Like
if
that
their
one
team
where
scores and they keep
Maddison
turns around
on the
them.
corner flag against Bournemouth, and he pushes it forward a bit to wind up the.
That was great.
And it's
Loved
proper
it.
banter. And I know that Deuce and Tadic used to take the corners for Southampton, and he'd come over every time, and you'd chant his name as he's walking over, and he acknowledged the fans every single time he walked
That's what you want.
to the corner flag. You know, when Hassan Hootel was manager at Southampton, he gave us a wave. And Nigel Adkins, he would always give us a wave over. And when played, I think he moved to Reading as his next job, and we chanted his name because of what he did, and he still gave a wave to the away fans. You know, Theo Walcott, whenever we played Arsenal, he'd always acknowledge the Southampton fans when we played, no matter what it was, because the fans applauded him because he left in the right way.
Yeah, Macclesfield had that with John Askey. When John Askey left managing us, and he was treated quite badly by the owner at the time, and he went to Port Vale, and I took my lad Ethan down to watch Port Vale against Mac at Port Vale, and he come out and all the Mac fans were singing Askey, give us a wave. And he did. He turned around and waved at us all and tapped his badge, and because we know that he loves Mac and he didn't really want to leave. We know it was the owner. He knows it was the owner, and the Vale fans didn't give him any hassle because they knew. So people just accept, especially when they're showing respect like that. I think even the Vale fans were looking at it going, he's just sort of, he's waving at the fans and doing what he should do, really. Yeah. So nobody give him any hassle. I like that.
It was one of them things where, as a kid or a young kid, it was like the sacred place where you left your mum at home and you could go swear with your dad and you get away with it because what happened at football stayed at football. And
100%. And my experiences were at Mac, at the Moss Rose, because my dad was a Mac fan.
I imagine shouting profanities at the referee.
Don't know what you're on about.
But it's what we love about the game.
Of course it is. And we'll be going again this season coming. We'll go and watch Stafford. We'll go and watch Mac. If we get a chance to watch Saints or Leeds or whatever, then we'll go. It's obviously harder to get tickets for them, but we still try. No doubt I'll go and watch some Arsenal women games as well, because that was really enjoyable when we went down to the Emirates to watch the women play in the North London derby, especially as we won. Made it even better, really. But yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we'll leave it
cost Man City the title.
What was going down?
Arsenal women.
Yeah.
You basically handed it to Chelsea.
Yeah. Which is a shame, but also
last game of
you don't want City winning absolutely everything, because that's just annoying.
What amazed me is that Man United won their first FA Cup.
Yeah.
In the women's.
Yeah, the women did.
But England have got another goalkeeper, Man City's goalkeeper, who won the Golden Glove in the women's game. And how she looks up, and it's like, how long is Mary Earps going to be number one? Is she
still? It's a valid question. Bless you.
Thank you. I mean, for me, her personality's getting a little bit too much. She's getting a bit too big for her boots at the moment.
Mary Earps?
Yeah.
Is that because she's everywhere? Is that her fault that she's everywhere, though? Because she's been followed everywhere?
Maybe not her fault. It's getting a bit overkill. Like, you're getting awarded for stuff like winning Sports Personality of the Year, but didn't win anything. Yeah,
that was.
There were teams that won stuff, but the women won the award for outstanding achievement when they didn't win the World Cup or the Euros, whatever. I think it was a World Cup one.
It was a World Cup. They won the Euros.
Whereas there were other teams that won stuff, and it's like bottle job, because that's what was the socially expected.
I think that does come into it these days, doesn't it? Is what you think society wants you to do over what's right.
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot nowadays. This podcast got a bit deeper than usual, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've gone into St George and racism and all sorts of stuff here, so hopefully we haven't crossed the line too much.
No, we just want it to be fair, like when the women won the Euros, when the women won the Euros,
everyone went mad.
Oh, it was, and rightly deserved so. They'd done what we wanted the men to do. The whole country got passionate about it.
But all of a sudden,
offensive and stuff.
All of a sudden, we're allowed to be patriotic because it's women.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Weird. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. For those that have joined us for the first time, we welcome you and we hope you come back. And for those that have been here a few times,
we'll be here all summer. When there's no football, we'll still be here talking football.
We will be doing a podcast every single week without fail. Or should I say, I'll be doing a podcast every single week without fail. You will be missing Tin Ribs every now and then. You will be missing Jim Jam every now and then. But I will make sure I'm here and I will make sure there's a podcast every single week to be released. Because we have some fairly passionate listeners, which I genuinely never thought would be a thing. So we really, really, really do appreciate you. If you could, like us and rate us and all that sort of stuff. I don't like asking because it's a bit, I don't know, it just makes you feel a bit stupid, doesn't it? But it does help the podcast. And the further we go, the more views we get, the more people that subscribe, the more stuff we can give away. And effectively, that's what I'd like this podcast to become, is us giving stuff away. It may start
with... If you don't like it, which many people do, they say you're rubbish or whatever and stuff like that. Tell us what, they make our most successful videos.
They do. Because
they boost us.
They'll comment, so I'll reply, because I'll reply to everything. And if I miss it, you get it.
Yeah.
So I try to reply to everything, even the hate. And then I had a mass conversation with somebody once, and he turned around to me at the end and said, "Why are you even replying?" I said, because since we've been doing our back and forth, this video has gone from 200 views to 3,000. Because the more interaction, the more it's shared about. But yeah, the more views we get, the more shares we get, the more subscriptions we get. On YouTube, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just subscribe on YouTube. The more we'll be able to give away. At the minute, we're going to be giving away stuff with our logo on, so it is going to be a bit self-promotion. But, I'm okay with it. But eventually, what I'd like to do is get into giving away bigger things and more expensive things to people just because we can, really. That's where I'd like to be.
Yeah.
So that is our aim, is to get to a place where we're giving you beautiful people some stuff for free. Just because we can. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week for episode 31. Goodbye.